Welcome to Hobbies and Happenings, weekly hobby vlog and news show where I show you what I did last week and tell you what's going to happen in the next one. Let's go. Alright folks, on to the hobby. So the first thing I got here is for the same client I had been doing the alternate schemes for the MCP stuff. He requested that we do a Captain America from the Winter Soldier, the opening scene, or it's like kind of like a stealth suit thing. Immediately after painting this one, I want to literally go repaint mine because this turned out really well. I'm really happy how this one turned out. Yeah. Next for the same client is we have a Ghost Spider. He wanted the standard color scheme for this, except for the teal flats. I've done so many of these, it's not even funny. I think this is my 7th one I've done of this. So it's very quick for me to do these now. So if you need a Ghost Spider painted, you like this is probably what you'll get. And out of MCP and on to 40K / Kill Team, working on finishing up this Death Guard Kill Team for Jake. We're still doing the same basing scheme, so it also fits into his 40K army as well. But these are all the sculpts from the Kill Team starter set, and they were also a part of a Space Marine Heroes blind box set. Yeah, there's our guy with a plasma pistol. But yeah, instead of a blind box, you could literally just buy the Kill Team set and have all of them, including the Malignant Plaguecaster, which you will see next week. Did a little bit of Nurgle's rot here on his gooey gun. It's pretty gross. Standard Death Guard stuff. And finally, as far as commissions go here, I got a combined army starter set here. He wanted basically a green combined army, guys, with dark orange and orange accents with white accents. So that was one of the bat drones. This was probably my favorite one to paint, actually. The other 2 Ichatron bat drones. So if you've seen some urban basing before, this is the same type of urban basing where I'm just, throwing all the sand and grit that I normally do, and then I like to use epic basings like ruins set, or urban ruins, just to kind of fill in some spots on the bases. And it's the last bat drone. We have this guy. This one was really fun to paint too. I know like these the balls in between the little wing things were supposed to be metallic, but I'm like, you know what? I think it's gonna look cooler if they are like glowing orbs. So yeah, that's what I decided on. I like when my clients give me a little bit of freedom to work with. And then finally, we have the big bad man himself, Norkius. Not sure if he's still good as he was in N4, but we'll figure that out soon when we start getting some more games of N5 in. So that wraps up all the commission stuff. Now I told you I was going to finish up with some bolt action, and I didn't lie this time. I actually got my basing scheme down. This is one of the guys with the mohawks. Also got my artillery spotter with the yellow airborne gloves. Another airborne guy charging. The M1 Garand. But my favorite of all of the things is my machine gun crew. Because I really like the basing that I'm going with here. And it's more complex basing than I normally used to, which is good. I'm trying to, you know, vary it as much as possible for my Normandy D-Day landing army. Yeah, that is all that I have for the hobbies. On to the news. So this week in the news, we have a little bit of news coming out of the Las Vegas Open for 2025. So briefly, I want to shout out a few of the winners of very specific games that we have and we usually go over. In Age of Sigmar, we have Cities of Sigmar taking it down. In 40K, Deathwatch takes the top spot. And in Kill Team, we have the Legionaries taking it. And finally, the one that is near and dear to my heart, we have in Marvel Crisis Protocol, Asgard taking it down. Probably for the last time. On to a brief overview of a few of the reveals from LVO that kind of piqued my interest. First off, Death Guard is getting a new model called the Lord of Poxes. In Age of Sigmar, the Soulblight Gravelords have a few things that are coming out. The thing that really piqued my interest was the new Vampire Lord on Zombie Dragon. And finally, after years and years of waiting, the High Elves finally returned to Old World. On to the pre-orders. First up, on January 31st, the new release of Flesh and Blood, The Hunted comes out. On February 8th, for 40K, we have the new Eldari Codex and new Eldari models. And finally, on February 14th, Magic the Gathering Aetherdrift comes out officially. But since we are a pre-release store, we get it on the 7th. On to the events. On Monday, January 27th through May 19th, we have Age of Sigmar Path to Glory. On Friday, January 31st, we have a pre-release for Flesh and Blood, The Hunted. On February 3rd, we are starting a Conquest, First Blood, Slow Grow League. So for Magic the Gathering Aetherdrift, we have several events coming up. We have a pre-release on February 7th, 8th, and 9th, a launch day draft on February 14th, and a commander party on February 21st. On February 8th, we have an Age of Sigmar Spearhead event. On February 15th, we have a Marvel Crisis Protocol What If Team event. And finally, on February 22nd, we have a 40K RTT. Thank you for coming, and we'll be back next Saturday with another Hobbies and Happenings. For more information, feel free to join our Discord and keep the conversation going. And to purchase anything that we've seen today, links will be in the descriptions. Until next time, keep on gaming.